And now we're coming back to my very good friend, Naomi Davis, who is the executive and founder of Blacks in Green, of which I know a little bit about that subject. But Naomi Davis, good morning.
Good morning, Al Kendall. So happy to be with you.
There you go. Bringing it all that sunshine all at one time.
Well, look, we're creatures here in God's Garden of Eden, and sunshine is fundamental to what? Healing.
That's right. But we're here with Blacks in Green, and I understand that Blacks in Green has an important event this morning.
Yes, we do, from 5 to 7 this evening. We are going to be doing an open, large community casting call. What? You mean Blacks in Green produces theater? Yes, actually, we do. In partnership with our master of the field, Kevin Iega Jeff of Deeply Rooted. If you all don't know Deeply Rooted, please look them up. They fill the auditorium theater every year with the most exquisite, world-class African-American dance performance. But they also have a side, like Blacks in Green has a side, of working in community to enchant, to heal, to envision, and to ground ourselves in our greatness. So that's happening today from 5 to 7 at St. Benedict the African, 6547 South Stewart, St. Benedict the African Church, 6547 South Stewart. And it's a casting call. What is that? That means in the life of community, in the life of Black America, we understand, as your previous guest has said, that there's a lot of trauma. It's embedded, it's in there, it's reinforced in so many ways every day. And as do-for-self people, as people of the Great Migration, who brought courage, creativity, work ethic, a freedom, a love of freedom, 2 points west, east, and Midwest here, 7 million of us voting with our feet. We have enough of a track record and enough history to understand our resilience and our greatness. But if we're not nurturing it, we're not telling that story, we're not celebrating it, lifting it up, it's easy to fall by the wayside. And in the whole system problem that we say is common to Black communities everywhere, there's this thing of self-hatred, which we project out into life itself, when we could, with a little bit of discipline and a little bit of support, we could be projecting self-love and all of those beautiful attributes of being Black in America, instead of the narrative that's hanging out there right now.
So explain to the listening audience what Blacks in Green is, when did it start, and then we'll come back to your event again to make sure to underscore the point, to make sure that people are there in the house.
Yeah, you're going to want to be there if you consider yourself an actor or you don't, if you have a love of storytelling, if you think that someone in your family might want to be a part of a production. And again, you don't have to have a background. You don't have to ever have been on stage to be a part of community storytelling. Let me tell you something. I've been in this field for 20 plus years under the mastery of Kevin Iega Jeff and Dr. Richard Gere of Storybridge. And it has you fall in love with yourself, in love with your neighbors, in love with your life as an African American. So you really want to be there. It's a lot of fun. It's very healing. Blacks in Green has been, Blacks in Green has all been about healing in our community since we were founded in 2007. And we're the creators of the Sustainable Square Mile. And that's that place where African Americans can walk to work, walk to shop, walk to learn, walk to play, where we own the businesses, own the land, and live the conservation lifestyle. And what's that? That is households and homesteads that can generate their own energy, grow their own gardens, clean their own water, recycle their own waste. And in these ways that we're coaching and mentoring our neighbors to enter into this new green economy, we are out to do two key things. Number one, increase your household income via the new green economy, and we can say more about how we work on that. And then also to build an oasis of resilience. That means you can survive the threats and the emergence of climate crisis harms. We all know about the phenomenon of flooding. We know about the phenomenon of overheating in our homes. And those are two examples, the air quality that triggers, our historically high levels of asthma in our neighborhoods. So we're all about solutions. We're based in West Woodlawn, where we live and work, and we are looking at how to create a beehive of activity around neighbors getting together, doing fun things together, because in an emergency, the experts have told us that it's not the bottles of water and the cans and meat in your closet that are going to save you. In these climate crises, it's going to be your relationship with your neighbor. Do you know your neighbors? Do you have a network? Are you in sync with each other? In West Woodlawn, we just bought a church, the former Lincoln Memorial Congregational United Church of Christ, historic church in Chicago. It's on the corner of 65th and Champlain, just down the alley from the Emmett and Mamie Till Mobley home at 6427 South St. Lawrence. Blacks and Green were the proud stewards. We purchased that building back in 2020. We got a City of Chicago Adopt a Landmark grant to restore that property, an historic preservation project. But more importantly, as an anchor in our walkable village of West Woodlawn, as an anchor in our Great Migration legacy, as an anchor into an iconic happening that changed everything in America, the murder of Emmett Till. But we're bringing the other side of that story to highlight our greatness, which was, among other things, the triumph in our spirit that brought the civil rights movement on, that brought Mamie Till Mobley to international highlight, where she forgave the murderers of her son. How great could her spirit rise in the in the aftermath of freeing herself from hatred and depression?
That's right.
And so here we are looking at Emmett Till, and most people wouldn't know his name was Bobo. His nickname in the neighborhood was Bobo.
I never heard it. I never knew that.
Yes, and he was bright and happy and cheerful and a kind of guy in the neighborhood who loved to laugh and crack jokes at the back of the classroom, and just really, we want to lift up a memory of a young boy, a black boy in a neighborhood filled with life and love and laughter, and bring that into a generational experience of, okay, what does it mean to be young and black in a community? Can we have a young theater company? Can we have a place, Emmett's Playhouse, where theater is uplifted? What kind of theater? Community theater. What's that? That means neighbors, ordinary, average, extraordinary, everyday neighbors, star in their own show. That means it begins with some storytelling. What's your Great Migration experience? This play that we'll be putting on every year, starting this year. Well, actually, it started last year. Well, actually, it started in 2011, but we didn't have the bandwidth. So we produced Migration the Musical at DuSable Museum, Bust Hall. Who was there? It was standing room only. People were cheering and crying. People were calling for more. And why? Because we want positive images of ourselves. We want to write the story. We want to be the heroes. We want to triumph against all odds. Not be the victim, not be the shuffle along, person in the big chorus in the background, but the star of a story. Why? Because we have stories powerful enough to carry that value. And so the open casting call tonight is about producing a play this August. That fast, Naomi? Yes, that's fast. That's Naomi, how we do it.
Naomi, as we leave the air on the stylistics, that you are everything, I am just mesmerized about what it is that we're going to learn and what we're going to do working with Blacks in Green. Tonight, hopefully, we'll see everyone who want to come out. You don't have to be a star to audition. Just have a story, and everybody has a story. I want to thank you again, Naomi, for being here. This is my Community Plan Foundation as we head off the air. Thank you very much, Naomi Davis, Executive Director of Blacks in Green. This is your host, Al Kendall. Take care.